Din 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 dan ya din din din.
Hi, I'm Gindi Walkup. This is Guardia d'entrare. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get into the guard, some actions from the guard, and then we're going to combine that with some footwork. So we're just going to work through some nice, simple actions and then some ways to vary it. So to start off with, we'll just look at forming the guard just from the upper body upwards. So to make this a little bit easier, I like to put my right foot forwards to start, hold my sword out in front in a position called porta di ferro alta, so it's a different guard. And then from here, all I'm going to do is turn the hand and lift the sword. So I'll show you that from the front. So this is Guardia d'entrare. Now don't worry about what the feet are doing, that's not so important right now. This is the guard position that we're forming. You'll notice that my arms are fully extended and my sword tip points right out towards my imaginary opponent. So I'll show you that from the other side. Okay. So we're going to look at some actions from there now. And there are three actions we're going to have a look at. From this position, the key actions are a thrust, turning the hands, and the reverso, rotating all the way around over the head. So I'll show you that from the other side. So from here, reverso, and thrust. And with that thrust, we can kind of turn all the way into a guard called croce. So from entrare all the way to croce, or we can just kind of leave our hands a little bit lower. We're still crossing slightly, but we're just keeping the sword a little bit lower because we're imagining we're kind of crossing with somebody else's sword and we're pushing it down. So that would be more like that, into a position called coda longa. So I'll show you that from the front. Croce, coda longa. Now with the other action that we're going to practice from here, so the other action is from entrare, we're going to do a big circle and make a falso and then a reverso. I'll show you that from the side. Big circle, falso and reverso. And from the other side, big circle, falso and reverso. So those are the actions. Now we're going to kind of combine them with a little bit of footwork. The footwork that I really like for this, again starting in porta di ferro alta, is I take a step across the line, a traversing step, into Guardia d'entrare in Largo Passo. The way that my feet are means that it's in Largo Passo. And then from there I'm going to make any one of those actions. And for now we're going to just practice that reverso because it's such a nice action. So I'll show you that from behind. So out and over. And it's really nice here to let the sword go completely all the way into this coda lunga distesa, extended long tail guard. So from behind again, here, big circle behind. So you can also make this action moving forwards, maybe if your opponent's running away or something like that. So from the side, here, and then reverso on that pass through. Traverse, pass through. And if you want to look kind of in more detail at the footwork, I recommend having a look at the Bolognese footwork form because that's got all of this in it. So now let's look at the thrust. Generally speaking, with the thrust, you're always going to take the pass forwards. So I can croce or coda lunga. You won't generally do that thrust staying in place. You don't need to. The reason why not, if I've come to here and I don't need to do moving forwards, then my partner will just walk onto the tip. If they're running away, that's when I'll need to move forwards. So I don't need to do any extra motions or footwork for that. All right. Now let's have a look at the falso manco and reverso. So from porta de ferro alta, I come up into entrare, big circle behind me. I'm really winding this one up. I take a pass hitting their sword, and then I take another pass out to the side to strike with my reverso, and then I can take a little recovery step just like before. I'll show you that one from behind. So those are some nice actions that you can make from Guardia d'entrare in Largo Passo, and it's a very useful guard for covering your head. And entrare means entering, so it's a great way to get closer to somebody and then initiate some actions. And you've just seen some of the actions you can initiate. You can initiate a thrust, a reverso, or a falso. And there's some other options as well, but those are the three kind of key ones. Enjoy!